You know, there was a time in my life when I was having a hard time meeting quality men. Not quite out the woods, but it was really bad some years ago. So being that I was in that position, I said, okay, what can I do to expand my dating pool? I decided to get online. Didn't work for me. Now I did a video about that, so make sure you go check that out. But anyway, so I decided to go online, and online dating has never been for me. It took me years to realize that. This was in the beginning of my quest. So I didn't know any better. Met this one guy in particular online. I was living in New Jersey and he was living in the Bronx, and that's about an hour, maybe a little over an hour with traffic at the time. So we were talking back and forth online, and after about 3 weeks I decided, okay, well, let's meet in person. Let's, see if we connect in person. So he tells me, I don't have a car. All right, I didn't make a big deal out of it because, we were younger. A lot of people in that age group didn't have cars at the time, and he lived in the city, and a lot of city people don't have cars. They use public transportation. All right, cool. So I decide to go all the way to the Bronx one day. And on my way to the Bronx, I got into a car accident. I jumped out the car, looked in the back, and said, don't worry about it. It was a little damage, like a scratch or whatever, but I said, don't worry about it. That showed the level of my thirst, because I got in an accident. I was just like, whatever, I'm gonna keep on trucking. So I finally made it to the Bronx, and I call him. I say, I'm downstairs. So I pull in front of his building, and he comes down, and he looks good. Looks like his pictures. He's tall, muscular, dark skin. He had like a throwback jersey, some nice jeans, real hip hop New York, what I was liking at that time. So anyway, oh yeah, he had on a fitted with a do-rag. I don't really care for the do-rag, but everybody knows I love a fitted. But anyway, so he comes out, he gets in the car, and we're talking. And I noticed that his tooth is gone. His front tooth is gone. But as I look closely, it's not all the way gone. It's just like halfway chipped, and the part still left in the gums is turning a little gray. So that was strike one for me. Okay. So then we get out the car. It's like a summer day, so we're outside the car now. We're like leaning, and everybody's walking past, and he's just telling me about his neighborhood or whatever. He was like, my aunt live in that building over there, and this my building. I grew up here, da 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 da. He's like, over there, that's where my brother got shot. So I was a little taken aback, just said it run of the mill, like, yeah, dudes get killed every day, like it's nothing. So I was like, oh, okay, right, thanks for sharing. But after linking up with him, I decided that it wasn't gonna be a good look for us to move forward. Not because of the brother or anything like that, but the tooth turned me off, and I couldn't get with it. I just couldn't get with the tooth. But what I learned from that, even though I didn't learn the lesson until years later, but what I learned from that is just stop being a thirst bucket. Don't drive all the way to the damn Bronx to meet somebody. It just wasn't for you. Now, I do know some people where online dating and going long distances to meet people has worked for them, but I am not that person. It does not work for me. I need a local boo that I have met in person. That's what I'm going for. So I just wanted to share that story. I hope he never sees this, but he would never admit that I was talking about him, because he know his tooth is